Hello and welcome to video 3 of day 3 of starting my nonlinear business. What that means is I want to start a business, but I'm not a landscaper, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a lawyer. I don't have a set vertical of what I want to do, essentially. So I've got a whole staggered history of experience, and that could be anything. So what I've done is I've got the core concepts that I want to figure out what I want to do, but first I want to show you the state of the company. So if we were to look at the financials, and what I mean by that is what are my expenses, what are my incoming. So my monthly expenses are $8 a month, Australian, and that is for Obsidian. And Obsidian is great for non-linear note taking. I really like it because it allows me to have all my random thoughts, then draw connections, and then use them over multiple areas. It's really helping this business solidify and take it. So that's been there for 2 months. And so that means I am in negative $16. So what that means, and I have zero income. What that means is any business or new idea that you have, that company or idea starts off functionally dead. And so until I can increase the profit so that it outweighs expenses and pays back for all the investment that I've done, it's dead. And so your goal with any project, if you're trying to make it financially sustainable, or self-sustaining, or a business or a project, you need to make sure you've got more income than expenses. So it's very easy to spend money and feel like you're doing things. As an example, I wanted to get a software so that I could mirror the screen from the iPad to the computer because I really like using Procreate. The issue with that was there was a lot of lag, and what I'm doing now works. So I'll just record it on my phone with me, which was part of the feedback from YouTube too, and then I will put it on the iPad, which you're seeing as I'm doing. So I'm just recording on two different things. Throw it into DaVinci Resolve, and then I can overlay there. So it's not the end of the world, but it just means I'm keeping costs down. Now, the burning priority for my business is, there's two of them, and it is identifying the highest priority. And so one of them was content creation, and that's now been fixed. I do need to get it to a minimum quality so that it's easier to do. The feedback was reasonably good. And that's also another burning priority, is getting feedback, direct feedback from the users, and making sure that I stay in there to meet the need. And so people said it reminded them of Khan Academy, which is great. Need to get better with the drawings and all that, but that's fine. Still a little confusing, which is why video 3 of day 3, I'm going to make 100 videos under the title Video 1, 2, 3, sure. Probably up to about 100, I want to say. Don't care. Like, I know that how important the title is, I know how important the thumbnails are, but I'm still honing my craft. And so once I'm done then, I may go back and try and figure out how to give them better titles, and then just update it in the comments or the description. But that's not what I'm growing right now. I'm growing content creation because it's a digital asset. So the burning priority is currently the feedback and creating content to build out a digital asset and profitability. So if we were to look at the profitability, what does that mean, and how am I going to do that? So it has to be viable, firstly, and you can look at that from the product management framework of desirability, viability, feasibility. But what I mean by that is I could create the best product in the world, but if it's only for one person, no one's going to care. Unless they're going to pay, to which then it's a boutique solution. Now, after viability comes profitability, which means a key focus on profitability. And the next one is scalability. And so with that, this example, scalability products are online courses, e-commerce, subscriptions, online marketing, books, communities, all those kind of things. Now, when you start to look at profitability, you can look at modern day assets because you can make profitability off anything. Like, all you got to do is buy a product, sell it for more than it costs you. Sure, not complicated, but very easy to want to be smart and be complicated. And when I'm looking at modern day assets form of profitability, I'm looking at things like digital assets, which you create them once and you keep growing, such as YouTube videos, newsletters, all those kind of things, which helps get your larger pipeline engagement and all that. The next one is IP. And so from those digital assets, I'm going to create IP, which would be like frameworks or worksheets. And so the flow would be create a YouTube a day, get ideas, create the newsletter from the top quality, the best of the best of the YouTubes. From that newsletter, create frameworks and worksheets, which I can then upload to Reddit. So straight away, I'm growing my audience quite rapidly, growing that pipeline, getting out there. People can see what I do. Do not know how, do not know why, just know it's the right thing to do. And that's how I get my energy, is communities. Now, the last one is software. I know what I want to do. I just need to do a bit more of an investigation into it to understand how I'm going to bring it to light. Focus will be the newsletter as well as the YouTube. From that, I will be creating websites. They'll probably be static pages. Don't need them, but they're actually going to help me articulate my own ideas, as in, what do I do? So there's about 5 domains that I'm going to buy. They're all for sale currently. There's no issue. I'm going to list them because I don't care. No one's watching this. Currently, I'm forcing this out to 4 people who are giving me feedback. Once that quality of information stops growing exponentially, then I'll start to do things like plan them out a bit more, structure them. But there's just so much that I'm learning every day and growing. So such as using the camera, which was part of the feedback, make it more personable. Using Procreate to record, as an example of how unsmooth things are. I'm recording in my car. Recorded this video twice because I forgot to press record on the phone. So there's a lot to smooth out, and the quality is increasing, is quite exponential. And so once that plateaus out, similar thing happened with astrophotography, then you can start to get a bit more smart. But for now, content will be up there. People can watch it. Happy to disclose everything. Does not bother me. The domains that will be for my businesses are scaled client acquisition for enterprise, scaled customer acquisition for small to medium businesses, where you've either got the focus on the client or the customer. There is the last golden age of humanity, and that's about how there's a lot of gaps in knowledge which are easily identified that just haven't been explored for XYZ. So I really want to explore that. There is also zeroresearch.io, and so that's going to be a research and development arm based around counterintuitive. That'd be more around physical manufacturing. Got a little bit of experience in that, so I'm more than comfortable to do that. So I have a whole host of experience in a lot of different areas. They're the 4. I forget what the 5th one is. If I remember it, I'll put it in the description. But more than happy to put those web names down. Why? Because no one's watching them. Like, no one's going to watch your first 100 videos. Sure, I'm fine with that. So, if someone else buys them, I don't care. I'll just come up with a different name. There's nothing special. Like, there's so much thought based around the paralysis of what do we call our company? Is it all free? Rah, rah, rah. Just get out there. You can optimize it later. Yes, it does matter at the highest levels, but that isn't my burning priority right now. My burning priority is get customers, resonate, show them what I'm doing. The websites will be linked. Hopefully I end up owning them. But I'm not actually phased if someone goes and buys them out from underneath me. So that's how I'm going to improve. Other feedback was that people did get value from it, which was based around the optimization. You can't optimize on nothing. But this is showing you what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I just know it's going to work. And I know that I need a community, I need a newsletter, I need a podcast, I need a YouTube. The newsletter will be action and response. I'll be giving them actions to do, and then people that complete that, I will most likely be, where possible, hopping on a web call with them, running through it, so everyone can kind of see how everyone's using different ideas where possible, because some people will be doing it for their own work. So that's where I'm at for video 3. Video 4, I want to continue on the nonlinear business and expanding it, which would mean I can show you the newsletter that I've done, potentially. I can show you some of the drafts that I've done, and I'll show you why I switched to YouTube from the newsletter, because the newsletter was originally what I was doing, but I wasn't happy with how slow it was coming together. And it wasn't really that slow, but I'll show you tomorrow, or next video if I decide to do it tonight. Anyways, that is me. See you in the next video.